Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to this week's video. Don't worry about my hand, it's just the usual. Hi, how are you? So today we have some Arrtx goodies to check out, so let's do that together. Arrtx has sent me the Simptap 48 saturated colors acrylic marker set. The box is kind of sparkly, which I am quite into, and it's a cute pastel-y pink and mint combination, quite sturdy. It says Arrtx here, and here we have the colors as well. And together with that, they also sent me a sketchbook, which I already opened just to check it out. Let me zoom out a little bit. So basically, it's a sketchbook with 180 grams and 60 pages. It's applicable to drawing pencils, sketch pencils, colored pencils, and markers. So mostly dry medium, which would work as well for these types of markers. And it's kind of also sparkly as well. I don't think I can share, you can see that, but it is a sort of, I think it's A4. Not sure if it's a bit bigger, but it is quite big. Something that I did like about the sketchbook, the binding is quite interesting. So it opens like this and it has this exposed binding. So basically the pages are only glued together, they are not sewn. So it allows you to do a flat opening. And this is actually, I think, a method that I might incorporate in my next sketchbooks, because this way I don't have to worry about what size of paper I have to create the size of sketchbooks that I do want, because that's sometimes an issue that I have. If I only have one type of paper, I need to fold it for signatures, so that means I mostly only can do like A5 type of drawing sketchbooks. So if I do this method, I might be able to just do whatever, so I might steal this. It also has a little inside pocket on this side. The paper feels okay. It does seem to have a little bit of a texture, but again, not very thick. I wouldn't, for example, use this for watercolors, maybe gouache if it's a very light wash. But I am going to use it today for our markers, so we can try this out. So before we carry on, just a reminder, Arrtx is not sponsoring this video. They did not pay me to make this video. They did ask me to make the video, but I will share my honest opinions. All opinions will be my own, and they did not ask me to say anything. The thing about these is that you click on top of them, so they are prepped. So most of their recent markers have been prepped because they are brush markers. So this is very sturdy. I think it's for that. You can like set them like this. But yeah, for purposes of seeing the colors, they already have their numbers on their caps. They are quite thick, and here is the little thing that you'll press. It says shake well, press top of the marker, start using. So it should be as simple as that. My hand, like I mentioned, is kind of busted, so I hope this is relatively easy to prep, and I will be using mostly my left hand for this because my hand is not in conditions to be just like suffering through the preparation of markers. So let's see how this goes. I do want to check out before the color selection. What are we thinking? Lots of greens, which is usual, but yeah, it's the usual rainbow. We have a few peachy colors, which could be used for some skin tones. I do wish, I might be seeing it wrong, but from here I don't see a lot of darker, warmer colors, which those are the ones I tend to use as well for skin tones of darker colors. So let's see how that goes. They might just not be as transparent in the parcel. So okay, wait, I want to go by this order. I mean, first of all is the white. So let's see how this is in terms of prep. So okay, I shook it well, and I just need to press. I'm gonna remove the cap. White is probably not the best thing for this because you might not be able to see. Oh, but I think I saw the ink going there. Do you see it flowing down? a little bit, but it's not probably the best. First case being white. So far nothing. Okay, on this side it is. So I guess I just keep on pressing. It's a bit annoying. I think I am spoiled because most of the pens that I've been trying recently come prepped. So the good thing about this method is that you are not pumping the pen, which can damage the nib. I think that's the thing. I think it's kind of coated in some areas. Yeah, okay, so in some areas it's coated, and I can do a little swatch. Okay, so I think this angle might be nicer for you to see the pen specifically. So this one, I think it's pretty much coated. Yeah, so not the best for you to see. So this is J881. Okay, so I'm not probably gonna do all of the swatches because there are quite a lot of colors. I'll probably just do a few and then show you the rest, but I do want to show you, if possible, the process of the pen. So shake and whoop, what is this? What? Do they all come with a little cap in this end? They do. I don't know now. Okay, so I'm gonna press it. And some, oh, okay, this one was fast. You could see it coming down here. Okay, this one was fast. I probably was supposed to remove this. This is probably for transport. This little thingy is probably for transport so they don't get pressed, I think. I'm just gonna keep it here. But yeah, okay, this one is already prepped. Okay, so it's quick then, but my only thing is we already have brush pens, especially from Arrtx as well. We already have brush pens that come prepped already, and they are brush pens. So for me is mostly the thing about like, okay, so what is the contrast between this and the other pens that we already know? Like, what's the benefit between that and this, for example? Is it the type of mechanism? Because, yeah, I've had zero issues with the other paint pens that are brush pens and come already prepped, so I don't really know. I do like their clear body and the fact that you can see how much paint you still have. That I do like. Okay, so I'm gonna press. Let's see. I think I need to hear a little click. Maybe not. Okay, it's better if I'm like having the pen down. Ooh, there's the wire. Okay, it's better if the pen is vertical, which is not great for me to show you guys, but probably this is better with the darker. But yeah, I do believe I am quite spoiled when it comes to paint pens because I am just used to them now coming prepped. I have not had to prep a pen in quite some times, and it is sometimes a little bit of a chore, especially if your hand is busted like mine. Like, I will have to do this with my left hand. And you do still need to keep pressing. It's not something like just click and they will do it. I am showing a little bit of the process of prepping the pens. This process, it is a bit painful in the sense that it's not super quick, and like I mentioned, my hand is kind of busted, so this type of pen might be one of the worst cases for me personally. If you have young, springy, healthy hands, awesome. But in my case, especially my thumb is my worst case that causes me pain. So this whole process of prepping the pen was actually quite a pain to get through. I had to do this in stages because I was just getting really tired. My hand was hurting. Even my left hand was starting to hurt. And so, yeah, it was not the best. I had some pens that they were very inconsistent in the sense that some needed a lot of force, some I actually kind of broke in the sense that I did a lot more force and it just busted open. Like for example, this one, you'll see it just bust open, and yeah, it just spilled ink paint all over my hands, which I'm fine with. It's just I'm usually messy, so I'm most of the times prepped for it, but if you were not prepped for it, you might have just like put paint all over the place. But you can see on the sheet that this happened with quite a few pens because I have quite a few drops from different pens. So these pens are fine, they work good. The mechanism is interesting to see. I do think like if they didn't had done previously paint pens that were already prepped, this would have been in fact revolutionary in the sense that you don't have to pump the pen and risk breaking the brush tip. That in that case this would be wow. But since we already do have paint pens that are prepped, I do find this whole process, especially in my case, since it kind of ends up hurting me in the long run, I do find it a bit of a hassle and not my favorite process. Something that I did think it might happen if I prep the pens and just let them sit, they would fill out, so to speak, the rest of the tips, because I found that most of the cases the paint would just fall on one side of the pen. And since it was quite a lot of process, as my hand was hurting, I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it in the box upside down and hopefully it will do its thing. But it didn't. When I opened the pen again, the ink was still only half, so I did end up having to, the paints that I did use, I had to prep a little bit more after I swatched them. My project for this video is actually quite similar to my last, I think it was my last paint pen review from Arrtx, which is to paint my new agenda/planner book. So 2024, it's coming to an end and I needed a new one, so I got this one from Muji. It's one that I really wanted to get. I found out about it in the middle of last year, I think. No, in the middle of this year. And I just really like its format. It works really great for me and I have been using it already because it does have a little bit of December, so I have been using it and I really like it. And so I just wanted to make almost like a good luck star character, so to speak, because yeah, it's not been the most easy time for me recently. So I'm hoping that 2025 will be a bit kinder to me. I'm trying to manifest a better year with this drawing. In terms of color palette, it's not my favorite. It does not have a lot of pastel-y purples or blues, so the ones that I do like in terms of pastel-y blue, it's the one that I use for her hair, and the more lilac-y color comes out a quite grayer than I would like. So it has your basic colors, your, like, you could use this set alone totally fine, but the color selection is not my favorite, so to speak, but it works. So overall, this set, I would say it's not my favorite from Arrtx that they have regarding the preparation and the color selection. However, it works great as a standalone set. If you do enjoy the more chunkier sort of shape of markers, this one is great. The other ones that they have that are brush tips are a bit thinner, which I like. I have zero issues, but I also do like the chunkier ones. They do feel a bit more fun. I really like that you can see the amount of paint still inside with the clear barrel. I do love that touch. I think it's a very nice to see how much paint you actually still have. That's something I would like to see in more paint pens. I do love that. They were easy to use. The brush tip is nice, springy, super easy to control, but again, I am used to controlling paint pens, so I'm probably not the best one to say if it's super easy to control or not. I did find it easy and I had zero issues using it. They were fun. This whole process itself was fun. The colors are opaque. They layer very nicely. They do require, especially in the first layer that's against the paper, especially since it's not a white paper, this was a craft paper type of color. It did need 2 layers, but that is completely normal and acceptable. After that, 2 layers, everything layered beautifully. The yellow layered super nice, so they were super opaque, super layerable. They worked so nice. So in general, yeah, my final thoughts closing on this set, this 48 Simptap set, is that I do like it. It's a very strong set on its own. So doing a little bit of pros and cons on this set. So pros, it is a nice standalone set. It has a chunkier barrel, which some people find more comfortable. It has the clearer barrel, which allows you to see the paint. The brush tip is sturdy, easy to control, springy, very nice, high quality. I did not feel that it was falling apart on me. It was super nice. The paints are layerable, they are opaque. So all in all, this is a strong set. However, the cons for me is that process of prepping them is quite painful for me, for my personal case. I do see the merit in it if we did not have the previous brush pens that they have that have already come prepped. And the color selection is not my favorite. So those are my pros and cons. Overall, it's a good set, but I did have my issues with it, but I did have fun use them. So those issues that I have did not stop me from using the set and from really liking it and from having a really fun time doing so. This is going to be my last video from 2024. I know I have not been doing as many videos as the past. I am slowly trying to get back to doing more and having fun with it. And I want to say thank you to every single one that have stayed and that have been so nice for your comments. I will try to do a more chill video where I can talk more about how things have been, about the whole situation. Some of you have asked about my vertigo issues and how I've been and what changes I made so far to help me. I just want to say thank you so much for asking about that. It's very sweet, and I've been okay-ish. I have a few issues here and then, but in general I have been better. So the changes that I made have worked. So most importantly, doing breaks, working with my head up rather than down. So that has been helping, and I might do a video where I'm just talking about it because I do miss doing like sketchbook videos or just like sketching with me where I just talk. So hopefully I'll be able to do that soon in 2025. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you are interested in the set, or what if you agree on me, what you don't agree with me. I do love hearing your feedback on every review that I have, because again, people have different opinions, different experiences. So do let me know if you try this, if you found the process of prepping these pens a hassle, or if it was completely fine for you. Do let me know. I am super curious to see how your experience with this set was, if you have already tried it. I want to wish you all happy holidays if you do celebrate the holidays. If not, just the best end of the year possible. What version it is for you, that you have the best possible end of the year and that makes you happier. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and yeah, do let me know in the comments your opinion on this set and any videos that you might want to see me do in the next following year. I have a couple planned, but not a lot, since YouTube has not been the easiest for me lately. So if there's anything you want me to do let me know in the comments and I will try my best to make it possible. Wish you again happy holidays and the best end of the year possible. You are a star for just being here all this long, and thank you so much for watching and for being here all this time. Happy holidays and have a lovely end of the year, and see you next year. Bye guys.